what we have today in store while we talk about aggression in fishes. So here we have the yellow tang, purple tang, and a white-tailed tang in one holding compartment that we have here. So we like to do this, if you can see. We have another pair of yellow tang and purple tang here that we like to group them together so that we can actually help you guys prevent aggression when you introduce them and you buy them as a pair, especially when the yellow tang usually comes from Hawaii and then we have the purple tang from the Red Sea, and they are always known to be more aggressive towards each other. And here we have the yellow belly blue tang with the purple tang. Unfortunately, the yellow tang in this tank was sold. And here we have a royal gamma. So one of the reasons why fish don't do well in tanks would probably be aggression. When you add fishes that are aggressive towards each other and they tend to fight and wounds start to happen and we're unable to get the bacteria. And then sometimes it becomes a broken fin or wound and it gets worse, and that's how fishes actually don't do well. So unfortunately we can't do much, especially when we are trying to add them bit by bit. So some of the most common way of handling fish would be first like this, to add them together as a pair so that you know that they are friends in some way. Or you can actually put them in a quarantine box or a floating box like this. So I think some of you have seen how one of our customers actually added a white-tailed tang into his tank. Initially, a very old powder blue was pretty aggressive to the white-tailed tang that was in the quarantine box. After a week, he then released the fish out, and then they were living harmoniously after one day of obviously getting aggressive at each other still. But everything was okay now. It's been about 2 weeks and everything is feeding, everything is happy, everybody's staying together really well. So aggression is one of those things that may not be easy to get over. So we still try to group them in our tank and keep them as community as we can. At the same time, we definitely encourage you to add fish in a box so that they can get to know each other first before they are released into the community. So what you see here is that we try our best to put them in community. A few reasons. One is to help them eat. When one fish eats first, the other one would learn. So it's kind of like a monkey see, monkey do method that we try here. And at the same time also allowing them to get used to being in a tank, the situation of being in a tank, a bit like being toilet trained. So last week I was asked actually, why do I emphasize so much about pellet feeding fish? So number one, of course I would like that our fishes are pellet feeding so that when you bring them home, it's easier for you to observe their swim state and of course keep them healthy. And generally speaking, fishes that are not eating have some chance of being sick. So just make sure that if you don't have the habit of quarantining a fish, always buy pellet feeding fish. But we also have quarantine services here. So if you're unable to do that, you're strongly advised to do that. So yeah, just gonna remind you guys that 3 reasons of fish not doing well in tank would be aggression, illness, and water quality. So make sure that you are able to get your parameters right from your ammonium and nitrate. Make sure they are kept at the correct low levels for the right fish. Of course, there are some fish that are a little bit more sensitive, so they would definitely need much cleaner water than the rest of his tank mates. So see you guys in store for the next introduction.